Despy here, bringing you part 2 of the Shenmue playthrough. So I'm walking around kind of like an idiot here, looking and all of that, trying to remember how to pick up items. Yes, you have to zoom in to where it is like a first-person view mode before you can pick up or look at singular items. And yeah, it did take me a little bit to remember that and figure it out. But yeah, so there's tapes you can collect in this game. Items, such as the tapes, such as pictures and capsule toys and matches and fish and there's a whole lot of stuff you can get in this game. It was when it came out, it was actually one of the. It was I'm not gonna say the first, but it was a game that allowed you to do a lot of stuff in here. It was the first to introduce QTEs, if I'm not mistaken. Some people will say that other games, such as Resident Evil 4, since that had them, and just various other games that have had QTEs, they're like, oh well, this, yeah, Shenmue created them. Now, well, I don't want to say created, but it was one of the first games that had them in there. And obviously they did catch on, and it made it to where a point of just you're not just sitting there watching a cutscene anymore. Now you are participating. Now you can do this or you can do this. Like, oh, you're sitting there running, and oh yeah, we're gonna have it to where yeah, you have to sidestep and jump over stuff, which is cool. It made watching, like, it made wanting to watch cutscenes enjoyable and unexpected. Yes, I do check every drawer here because I couldn't remember if there was anything in them or not, because I do have played this game on the Dreamcast, but that's been many years ago. I do know that this was one of the few games that had a lot of extra stuff. Not just, the capsules you can, buy, and, the drink cans that you can get that are, some are specially marked that allow you to get a special capsule. Oh yes, and this is Ine-san just telling you about your allowance, which
really.
is 500 yen
Are you
daily.
Yes.
You know,
But I must keep busy.
and saying that,
Otherwise, I'll get
yeah,
depressed.
she gets depressed since her
I understand.
since
But
the
you needn't
father
work
died.
too hard.
Yes.
But anyway, as I was saying,
By the
there
way,
is a lot
I have
of
this for you.
stuff that
This is for today.
this game has allowed, that this game put in.
From tomorrow,
It was
I'll leave
one
it on top
of
of the
the
shoe cabinet every
first
day.
games
Do you know where Fukusan is?
that
Fukara-san, I believe he's
really
in the
gave
dojo.
you.
Really? Thanks.
I'm not gonna say choices, but it was, well, kind of. It was one of the first games that actually allowed you to get to a certain objective, to various ways. Yes, I do choose to explore the house to see, if there was anything in here I missed. Because, like, there's one instance later on in the game that you have to get somewhere, and if you keep failing, and if you keep failing by getting caught, you will eventually, or I shouldn't say, eventually a homeless person will give you a map that has all of the guards, pass, like how they walk and all of that good stuff. If you continue to fail more, you will be given a Yeah, it just takes you to the living room. Yeah. If you fail more, you'll be given the cutscene of you coming home. And your, I guess, love interest is, waiting in the park, and y'all talk. So, this was one of the first games I'd say that allows you to, or gives you different instances of, wanting to fail and try something different or whatever. It wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna give you, it's not just like, oh yeah, you're given this, or, yeah, we're not gonna allow you to fail at this point or whatever. Yes, you can visit that altar at any time and pray. I think he says something similar every time. I could be wrong there. And it was nice that, this game, it wasn't just like, oh, yeah,
I will get them
you
par.
failed, just try again. I mean, you had to do the part to progress in the game, but, they did make it easier, but if you kept failing. There's instances to where, you have to find the kitten, find the lost kitten at one point. Oh, yes, this is coming up on a letter, and I will let you hear this.
Dear Ryo, those who follow the path of a warrior must be ready to die. In order to stand by their convictions. Live for one's convictions. Die for one's convictions. That is how I lived my life. Ryo, it is up to you to discover your path and follow it through.
My father must have known that Landi was coming.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things. That letter. It's, you can come and reread that letter, I believe, for like 2 to 3 days after this part. Eventually it does get gone, and which kind of does suck, but I get it. But it actually took me multiple playthroughs on the Dreamcast to find that, ironically enough. Yes, in that room I walked by, that's just the toilet. But yes, you do have characters, like, you do have some characters that do, stand around or stay within one area, but, for the most part, they do kind of move around. They do, it actually gives the feel of a living world. You do have time progression, which was nice. They actually use the weather system from, or not, they actually used the actual weather from 1986, which was cool. It's not like some games.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, and
Don't
at this
worry,
point, he's
I'm
just
fine.
kind of asking a little bit.
I want to ask you about that
about
man.
what happened or whatever.
Oh, that man.
But
The
this
man
game
called
isn't
Landi.
just like,
What did you talk with my
yeah,
father about?
Where
Landi demanded the mirror,
it'll be like sunny,
and
but it'll
then
like
they
look kind of
threw me out of the
rainy,
dojo.
and at times it will rain in the
black
game,
suits,
but that'll
catch the
kind of
names.
like dry up. It was an active weather system,
They
which was
came out of
really
nowhere.
nice.
I
It was
see.
probably
Thanks, Fuku-san.
as to why this game was,
If you remember anything at
cost
all,
so much.
be sure to tell me.
But yeah, it was
Yo-san.
just
Why? What you
essentially
gonna do?
saying, hey, you know anything about these
Yo-san,
guys, let me
where are you
know.
going? You're not
That
going
sort of
after
thing.
them.
It's kind of, I mean, yes,
Please
you do
don't.
kind of get
Look what they did to
conversations like that.
Hazuki-sensei.
And I do believe,
They killed
yes,
my
in this
father.
game you do
right
have,
in
I
front
think
of
it's
me.
like 3 years to
I will have my
actually
revenge.
complete the game
I need to do
before I think you're forced
my
to move
father.
on, or maybe you have longer. I don't really know. because it's never taken me that long to actually do it. But that'll actually bring the end of, or bring us close to the end of this particular part of the playthrough. So remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're new and you do enjoy this content. Until next time, Dead Speak out.